Hello and welcome to Promenade Française. This is the place. This is definitely the place. Let's see. So, as you know, we're doing like a challenge and just downloading the answers from my study buddy. So, the wonderful thing has been that I have had a study buddy that has been working with me through all of these exercises, forcing me to have to work through these exercises. And it's a challenge, right? So, which means it's not easy. It means it's challenging. Yesterday, we tried using AI to create some kind of website, I guess. And I guess if we think about what level I've actually obtained, so the idea here is that you're supposed to, at the end of this program, at the end of this challenge, you should have an A1 level. Let me share the screen. So if we go to the exercise, it's called, here it is. Okay, so here's the exercise for today. It's already late at night. I don't have a lot of energy to do this today. But the thing is that I've been working on some software projects. I don't actually know how to do software, but I've been working on some software projects with AI. And there's a lot of language-based software companies. And a lot of these AI-based software companies, they want to incorporate AI into their teaching. And well, you see, so we could look at this experience we've had over the last 90 days. I mean, today's day 76, which means there's 14 days left, which means this is the last 2 weeks of a 3-month challenge. We've completed 2.5 months and we have 2 weeks left to go. And during these last 2 weeks, it's going to, you can look at it like, oh my goodness, it's the last 2 weeks. It's so difficult. Oh, I can't do it. You could look at we're on lesson number 28. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lessons left, which is basically 18 days. I don't know how that's going to fit into 14 days. So anyways, what we're trying to do is we're trying to complete this book. We're trying to complete all the exercises. We're on page 69 of 93 pages. So, all right, so we got today, and then we got 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We actually have 24 pages left. That's 10 more days than I was expecting. So what are we going to do? Anyways, I don't know. It's a 90-day challenge, so we just have to complete the 90 days, and then we can skip a day if we want. But right now, the main point is to get through 90 days. So I've been thinking a lot about this whole idea about like textbooks. All right, so these are exercises, and then we have things that we could call like an online course, which means like basically it's like classroom environment. And the question is like, how do we get through exercises? What's the nature of the exercise? What's the nature of an online video? And then you have tutors who can talk to you. So like I talked to my tutor today for 2 hours. basically we're just reading together. So reading is part of it. If we think about language in general, then there's basically 4 functions. There's listening and speaking, and there's reading and writing. Most of the focus, I think, has been with us has been reading. Like with my tutor, all we do is read, which you can tell because like I'm not really actually writing. I'm not actually doing these exercises like this. Like, am I actually doing this exercise? No, not at all. I'm not doing exercises. So if you're not doing the exercises, how can you expect to improve? And then sometimes I shared with you some of the, some of the grammatical points. Anyways, like there's been this idea on my mind because I saw some challenge. Like there's a company in California. They're like challenging everyone, like, hey, there should be some kind of like AI first blog, which means like if you're using AI and if you're using AI to make stuff, then there should be a blog where it's just completely focused on people who are doing AI, and then people can like kind of like have a place where they can showcase their AI ideas. And then, all right, so then the idea is like, okay, so what am I going to do? Because learning is like huge. It's huge. Sorry, I just started a fire outside. I think it's still burning. I probably smell like smoke right now. Hopefully nobody calls the police. Yeah, the fire's still going outside. Anyways, I don't know, but one part is like how well did you learn A1? The main thing that I've been really focused on is exposure, which means like I'm not particularly worried about how well I learn this stuff because like it's a challenge and the main focus of the challenge is just to get through it and just get exposure to the ideas. A lot of the time when you're learning stuff, it's going to take like multiple repetitions to be able to really understand the stuff and to be able to use it and then to be able to use it in a real scenario. So this is the idea of that, like, okay, well, if there was like an AI first blog, then perhaps what I would do is I might just like go through these lessons again. So I'm talking to my study buddy and I'm like, all right, study buddy, like so are we going to go through B1 after this, after we finish A1? And she's like, no, because she's going to Canada. And then I'm like, all right, well, so what am I going to do? Obviously, because I have an overall goal of learning French. So I need to continue to work on this stuff. But, like, but what's the point of like doing it the way I'm doing it? Like literally right now, I'm using AI to give me the answers because I just got so burnt out. I wouldn't say burned out, but like, the exercises that I've been doing, they're not sufficient to be able to really master the material. So like, they don't require me to learn the material. And since it doesn't require me to learn the material, I mean, like I haven't required of myself to learn the material. What that means is I haven't actually learned it. In China, it was different. So in 2003, I moved to Changchun, and then in 2024, I moved to Shanghai, and I would study all day long. That was the only focus I had, was this language thing. Now I only have 3 hours a day, and also I don't have the learning environment. There's nobody here that speaks French. So now I'm stuck because it's like, I want to be able to learn. I want to be able to practice. I don't really have access to. I mean, I really like this material. I'm like a really big fan about like Chinese education and how they generally design this type of material. So I'm excited about that. That's why, because like before, I was actually trying to create like my own book because I didn't like any of the books that I found. Then I found this Chinese book. I mean, like a book that's been provided by a Chinese provider. And I'm like, okay, this is good. I like this. So we've been working on it. And there's a lot of things I like about it. But as you can see, over the last 90 days, it doesn't necessarily, the activities, they're pretty good, but they don't actually, I mean, if I don't do the exercises, like if I just use AI to give me the answers, I'm not really learning. Yeah, of course, I'm doing the challenge, like a loose interpretation of the challenge. I mean, technically, I'm cheating because I'm just asking for the answers. And then I add the answers and then I send it to my study buddy, because if I don't send it to my study buddy, then I have to send her $100. But I'm not actually like focused on it. I'm not actually learning. Part of it is because I feel like the learning environment is not necessarily the best environment for me to learn. So the question is like, how can we improve that environment? And that's where I'm wondering if we can use AI to improve the method that we're using in order to study the material, a more immersive process. And what does that look like? Now, I don't really care what that looks like, but I'm thinking that maybe, I mean, obviously I didn't master this stuff. So maybe we have to review it. We can't go directly to B1. We have to, or sorry, A2. We have to do B1, or we have to do A1 again. So these are the study buddy answers. Basically, AI gave me the same answers, but AI giving me the answers means that AI is good at French and I'm not good at French. It would just be like, it's the same as if I had like someone telling me the answers. A French person walks in the room and they put the answers on the page. Or if I just go to the answer page and then just like directly copy and paste from the answer page, it's not useful. It doesn't help me to learn French, which I'm saying is probably that means that this isn't the best way to learn French. So I'm saying probably there's a better way to learn French. Anyways, we're going to read this tomorrow, and I just used AI to give me all the answers while we've been talking about nothing. So we'll see you later.